You slide that little wrapped box across the table. Just a small gift. Month 2. You spent 3 weeks securing this reservation, and you are paying the bill again. You think this generosity is securing their loyalty. You think you are proving your worth. You are not. You are actively digging your own grave. You are handing them all of your leverage and begging them to walk all over you. Look at them sitting across from you. You just ordered a $40 appetizer that you will pay for, and they are casually scrolling through their phone. They are not maliciously ungrateful. They are simply bored. You have made the game entirely too easy. By front-loading this dynamic with exceptional, over-the-top effort, you have successfully trapped yourself in the psychology of the unsustainable baseline. Human beings do not evaluate their reality based on absolute value. We evaluate everything through the brutal lens of contrast. The psychological law of the hedonic treadmill guarantees that any new luxury quickly degrades into a baseline expectation. When you initiated this dynamic by paying for every meal, purchasing unnecessary gifts, and eagerly rearranging your entire schedule to accommodate theirs, you operated under a fatal illusion. You thought you were building a massive surplus of goodwill. You believed you were depositing relationship tokens into a bank account that you could withdraw from later. You were not. You were establishing an impossibly high baseline of subtextual submission. You communicated without speaking a word that your time, money, and energy are inherently worth less than their mere presence. Here is the dark truth of the contrast principle. Now, any deviation from this elite level of treatment will not be viewed as a return to normal dating behavior. It will be perceived as a direct, hostile withdrawal of affection. If you suddenly suggest splitting the check next Friday, or if you fail to bring a gift, their brain will immediately register a traumatic loss. The optics of your behavior shift instantly. You have trained them to expect a level of one-sided investment that you cannot realistically maintain without completely bankrupting your own emotional and financial reserves. You are currently functioning as a limitless supply of free social currency, and they are passively consuming it without having to lift a finger. They do not value it because it costs them nothing to acquire. You are a resource, not a prize. The moment you drop back to baseline, the moment you expect equality, you will become the villain in their internal narrative. You are punished for failing to pay the exorbitant ransom that you voluntarily placed on your own head. You have engineered your own devaluation. You just sent a second text message. You are double texting to ensure the valet brought their car around without issue. 30 minutes later, your phone illuminates with a single delayed emoji. You are experiencing the death of the chase. By offering constant, unwavering generosity and instant accessibility, you have completely eradicated the uncertainty that fuels raw human attraction. At a biological level, desire is deeply intertwined with scarcity and unpredictability. It is the psychology of intermittent reinforcement, the same exact cognitive mechanism that makes slot machines relentlessly addictive. When a reward is guaranteed, the brain stops releasing dopamine in anticipation of it. The thrill vanishes. You have become entirely predictable, which means you have become entirely safe. In the realm of dark psychology and modern dating leverage, safe is simply a polite synonym for irrelevant. You mistakenly believe that flooding them with attention creates security. In reality, it breeds a quiet, suffocating contempt. When you are always available, always eager to please, and always the one initiating the logistics, you signal a massive deficit in your own social market value. You are broadcasting that you have no other options. You have no competing demands on your time. Your entire existence revolves around securing their validation. Watch their behavior closely. Notice how their responses become slower, their engagements less enthusiastic, their eye contact wandering. They are no longer actively participating in a courtship. They are merely auditing your performance. You have removed all friction from the interaction. People do not respect what they do not have to work for. By doing all the heavy lifting, you have robbed them of the psychological satisfaction of earning your attention. The blind spot in your strategy is assuming that affection is a logical transaction. You think, I give them everything, therefore they must value me. The dark truth is the exact opposite. They value the things that force them to invest. Because you demand no investment, no effort, and no anxiety on their part, you have effectively neutralized any magnetic pull you once possessed. You are no longer a high-value target to be acquired. You are a public utility, quietly running in the background, noticed only when you briefly stop working. The check arrives. It sits in the center of the table. Usually, you would lunge for it, eager to prove your provider status. Do not touch it. Look them dead in the eye, remain completely silent, and let the uncomfortable tension hang in the air until they are forced to pull out their own card. Or, better yet, look at them and state cleanly, "You are planning our next date. Surprise me." This is the deployment of strategic virtue. It is the immediate, calculated rationing of your emotional and financial investments. You must understand the mechanics of the Ben Franklin effect, a psychological phenomenon demonstrating that people grow to like you more when they do favors for you, not the other way around. When you force them to expend their own social currency, time, and financial resources, a cognitive dissonance occurs within their mind. Their brain observes their own behavior, spending money on you, planning logistics for you, and must logically justify why they are doing it. The subconscious mind rewires itself to conclude, I am investing heavily in this person, therefore this person must be incredibly valuable. You are weaponizing their own effort against them to build their attraction to you. Generosity without boundaries is just poorly disguised desperation. True leverage in any dynamic requires the willingness to withhold. You must introduce scarcity back into the equation. Your time, your money, and your validation must become rare commodities that they have to actively earn. If they text you, mirror their delay. If you paid for the last dinner, do not even reach for your wallet on the next one. When you abruptly shift the baseline, they will initially test you. They will feign confusion or annoyance. Hold your frame. By stepping back and forcing them to step forward, you instantly recalibrate the power dynamic. You strip away their entitlement and replace it with a subtle, gnawing anxiety, the realization that you are perfectly capable of walking away. Stop handing over your power before they have proven they deserve it. Make them sweat for your approval. Move from the prey to the player.